All right, good morning. Let's go over today's trade plan. So in the overnight session, E has continued to balance within yesterday's range. And, after the big move yesterday, that makes sense. Now, heading into today, on the upside, the short-term inflection point is a 75.75 to 77.75 pre-market resistance. A break above that level could result in a retest of yesterday's highs at 82.75 to 84.75. And in the event of a failure at pre-market resistance, we can continue balancing in the lower part of yesterday's range, perhaps even extend the range a little bit to the downside, and then get responsive buyers active in the market. So as far as the type of trades we're going to be looking for today, we're either going to be looking for conservative long setups at the support zones, and we're going to be cautious at pre-market support, 66.5 to 68.5, because the market has to have a decent amount of strength short term in order for that zone to really provide a decent bounce, right? Because at this point, ES has been holding above 70 for the last couple of hours, and heading into the open, we don't want to take a trade at a spot where there's going to be a lot of chop, or there's potential that the market can go 3 point against us without invalidating the idea. So you want to focus on just entering trades at key inflection points at the edges, and areas where you can enter the trade, use a 2.5 point stop or something, and at least get 4 or 5 points out of it. So today we're looking for more of a balance type session, and it's going to be more about where ES balances, right? If we break above 75.75 to 77.75, then it can balance at perhaps the higher prices up to 84.75, maybe even a little bit higher. If it breaks above that, then that next zone at 89.5 comes into play. And if it fails to get above the pre-market resistance zone, then it can balance in the lower part of yesterday's range and even extend the range a bit. And we'll look for long setups at the 58.5 to 60.5 support. I still expect responsive buyers to be active there. So if that zone is tested in a way where we're not balancing for a couple of hours ahead of it, that we just kind of go there in a straight line almost, or somewhat of a straight line, that'll be good enough to take a long setup at the 58.5 to 60.5. That zone has potential to shut off the downside. So, that could be it on the downside. It could just be a little extension below yesterday's range, test initial support, and then just reverse back up towards the 70, 72 area. So those are the ideas on the downside. On the upside, we can still expect, the resistance areas to provide rotation. The main one right now is 75.75 to 77.75, but we can get rotation even at 80.81, and then initial resistance zone, and even the upper resistance zones. And we'll be keeping an eye on momentum with the way this market has been behaving with the government shutdown. Any news on that matter can move the market pretty quickly. We saw some of that yesterday. And, you don't want to get caught in the middle of a high momentum move, right? Fading a high momentum move. So it's going to take a balance. It's going to take certain, just being selective on the trade setups, right? We're not looking for a lot of trade setups today. It's Friday, heading into the weekend. With everything else, as far as the econ reports go, normally we would have the non-farm out today. That was postponed or canceled. So, right now the market is either supporting the idea of continued downside movement or just balancing within a range, kind of just, showing indecision. And that's why, we're going to be selective on the trades we take. And on my side, I think if I can, enter 1 or 2 good trades this morning, that'll probably be it for me today. So I'm not looking to be super aggressive. After a day like yesterday where we really had a lot of opportunity and, we tried our best to maximize that. We got short early and were able to get short again. And, so after having a good day yesterday, today I'm not looking to press it. And it's not just because yesterday was a good day. You can have several good days in a row. It's because it's Friday, heading into the weekend, with the whole government shutdown thing happening. the fact that we're still within balance, we're still within a range, the overall context just doesn't support being super aggressive today, right? So I'm going to be leaning towards conservative trade setups, and that's going to mean missing out on some, 3.5, 4 point rotations that we can even spot in real time, but we choose not to take because the reward to risk is, simply not there. So that's the way that I'm viewing the market today. Let's see how we react at pre-market resistance off the open, and then take it from there.